guys? Just want to give a quick update on the RS, Chris at Reflective Detailing. Finished up the paint correction yesterday. The car is fully paint corrected. It's going into Orb Racing to get the cage and seats, but right after that, it's going to get fully ceramic, and we'll show you guys the water-phobic abilities and beading of these ceramic products. It's truly amazing how it protects your investment, makes it so much easier to wash, and once you have a paint correction done, it protects, you know, from swirls, and obviously you still have to do proper washing techniques, but it's a huge thing. So I want to let you guys know the comfort seats in this car, the 18-way comfort seats, are for sale, and also I have ceramic brakes for sale. So if you guys are interested in either of those parts, they're for sale on Rent-List, hit us up. These are very special because they have the GT3 RS stitching in the top. So if you have an RS and you're wanting to go to comfort seats, this is the way to go. So we also wanted to go in depth on my M3, give you guys some of the mods, tell you what's going on with the build, and kind of show what's going on with that. So we'll head on over here. So this is a 2015 F80 M3. It's a 6-speed manual. It's kind of a hard car to find at the time. The dealer I bought it from was calling it a unicorn. I've had this car for 4 years. It's been my daily at this height, and I love it. Sometimes when you see a car this low, it doesn't make sense. You're like, okay, the guy's going sideways over speed bumps, he's hitting stuff. I don't know how to describe it, but the guy inside that car is having a blast. It's kind of a weird thing. But this car is on KW V3 Coilovers, pretty much all the way down on the collar to get it this low. But the ride quality is still pretty good considering that there's very little movement in the suspension left. On the side here, I have Classic 300 HREs. It's a 3-piece wheel, very light forged aluminum. Totally transformed the look of this car, definitely my favorite mod, and they've been great. Moving on to the performance mod, this car has full E85 by F80 Paul. It's crazy how much boost and power that the E85 makes. This car is making around 600 wheel, and it's just really incredible how fast this car is, and it can outdo a bunch of exotic cars at the moment with this setup. In order to hold that setup, I had to do some supporting mods, your usual charge pipes, down pipes, intakes, but mostly, even on the stock clutch, people say that they're rated for about 580 wheel on the stock clutch. My clutch started slipping within 300 miles of E85 abuse, so I went with the Spec Stage 3 clutch. Awesome clutch, holds about 1,500 horsepower, 1,000 wheel, so we're gonna have no problems with that clutch anymore. It's a really streetable clutch as well, which is nice. It has race clutch characteristics, but it's not impossible to drive on the street. So what's cool about this car is when I bought it, it had this front splitter and carbon fiber installed at port. That was a nice option, came that way, so that was great. It's really nice because the carbon sits here and looks really nice, but this lower lip, especially near this low, it's important that that's not carbon because this lip takes a ton of abuse. The bottom side of this lip is basically paper thin, it's been shaved, but I've never had to get a new one, and that ABS plastic is really durable. Moving to the rear, I had F82 side skirts cut by IMD so they can fit the F80 chassis. Just a nice little, again, nice little touch. ABS plastic again, super durable. Your passengers are you kick it all the time, it always gets hit, so another point where you don't really want carbon that low on this car, especially when I'm scraping over speed bumps or stuff. It's nice that I'm not wrecking some carbon down there. Coming to the rear, this car is the OEM carbon fiber roof, which ties in the carbon from the front, which is really nice. I've had the whole car tinted with ceramic tint, 15% all around at 30 on the windshield, helps with that monochromatic look. And I finished it off with this OEM carbon lip here. It came with a little one from the factory. This one is nice and classy. It's not too big, but it just fits the whole vibe very well. And moving to the rear, this has the MPE performance exhaust that was also installed at port. Really light titanium exhaust. Sounds amazing. These cars aren't known for sounding really good. Some people describe it as a metallic, you know, tin can, like getting crushed. It is kind of like that. I've grown to love it. I think the MPE is the best sounding exhaust for this. The titanium resonance is different than steel, and it totally gets rid of those unwanted noises. And also the car also came installed at port with this carbon fiber rear valance. And now we'll move on to the inside. I'll show you guys the interior. I put in the M Performance floor mats, just a nice touch, and also not having the carpet down there is easier with the stick. Your foot doesn't get caught on the ply as much. This is the part of the car that everyone loves. 6-speed manual, gotta love it, especially in a cool 4-door family sedan. You could have a car seat back here, but yet you're on E85 and this car will do 200 miles an hour. So it's just a really cool combination to have in a daily car. And the clutch feels really good with the Spec Clutch. It's a real direct engagement, and with the clutch it also tightened up how stiff this is. The movement and feeling of this got a lot tighter with the clutch, so that was a cool added benefit that I was not sure was going to happen. And yeah, OEM carbon fiber interior, not too much else in here. This car had the whole coating from the Rolls-Royce through the BMW, leaves the Rolls-Royce chimes and things here so you can unlock it during the menu. So the whole car has Rolls-Royce chimes. I can watch movies on the dash. Also did the GTS tuning, the rear end tuning from the M4 GTS, the differential tune. Normally you could do a transmission tune, but not with the manual, and the other coating features that are really nice to have. All in all, it's a really great package, and yeah, we can't wait to give you guys some draggy clips of this thing, and maybe some rollers. So just a quick peek under the hood here. I have a pretty standard looking engine bay here. I love this carbon fiber brace from the factory. Just a really cool option on this car that they did that. Definitely is a little nerve-wracking taking it off when you have to get to anything under here, but glad they have it regardless. Honestly, the only thing you can really tell here is these charge pipes, aluminum charge pipes. The plastic charge pipes, even in stock situations, will blow off. And it's not a huge concern besides that it can leave you stranded. But something that has happened is when it breaks, a little plastic piece can get sucked in and it goes in your motor, and then there's a huge issue. So if you're stock, you might want to consider doing the charge pipes. You're probably okay. If you're running stage 1, stage 2, or any amount more than that, no brainer to go with the charge pipes, eliminate that issue. You'd think BMW would do that from the start, but when you think how many millions of cars are producing per year, putting an aluminum one on there is a lot more expensive for them. So it's one of those things you just have to do right away. Another caveat on this engine is I went through 2 different sets of intakes, closed box and open box intakes. But to be completely honest, what I found, especially on the E85 and running a really high aggressive tune, is that the stock intakes are 100% fully efficient. When you put BMS filters in there, take out the carbon delete, these stock filters are better than any intake. The other intakes throw codes, they're sucking in hot air. It's just the car does not run as well with aftermarket intakes. So it's kind of funny, but the stock intakes, way to go. All in all, that's the full build. Really happy to share that, guys, with you. Thanks for watching. I have an irrational fear of speed bumps, but I'm slowly getting over it, so we'll end it on that note.